We open with Rog turning up at a base somewhere in Hertfordshire, probably.
It's Northolt.
Northolt, there you
That
go.
was in the commentary before I turned it off. That's the one piece of information.
Where I did some wonderful charity work.
Yes, and interestingly, they had to put an N on the top of the gas towers nearby because someone mistook it for Heathrow.
Of course.
Yeah, it is not. Do we think this is supposed to be Cuba or somewhere?
I think it's supposed to be somewhere vaguely south.
Yeah. And we don't want whoever they are to have whatever it is.
But he turns up in a convertible Range Rover with a horse box, looking very much like a gentleman that's come to throttle a goose.
Yes, I mean he is. You know, he's a man of a certain generation and age, isn't he? And this film leans into that quite heavily.
Yes.
There's no point where he really breaks a sweat, even.
No. Someone told me once that Roger Moore said he would never run.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he never... they said, you're going to have to run here. And he's like, oh, I don't run.
Oh, right, no.
But what I like about this is that Rog turns up and does the sort of Hannibal Smith from the A-Team.
Yeah.
In that he immediately changes costume in full view of everybody. Could he have not chosen a better way to get into that base than picking someone who looks like him and standing near him?
Well, also, I mean, make sure they're not there on the day.
Exactly.
I think whoever that assistant is, who he's going to see in Miami, when he sees her in Miami, he should have a very strong word about her.
She should have been distracting Toro. Something like that. Because she shows later she's very adept at that.
Yeah.
But instead she lets him wander in and sees Rog planting a bomb.
Yes, behind like a cubicle.
So he's caught.
He's caught, yeah.
And he's thrown into the back of a truck. Mm-hmm. And this is where our lady spy utilises or puts into effect something I like to refer to as Operation Boner.
Yes.
Where she shows the two guards her legs. And to the point where Rog even kind of gets their attention and goes, look at that. You don't get many of them for the pound.
Oh, sure.
And it works.
Remarkably,
They become sufficiently distracted enough so he can deploy their parachutes on their behalf.
Yes, it's no less ridiculous than the plastic horse's arse with the plane coming out of it.
I like the plastic horse's arse.
Yeah, I didn't mind it as much as I minded it when I was 9. I did think it was...
It stayed with me.
Yeah.
And that plane as well.
I felt like the plane's very cool.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And I couldn't tell whether the plane coming out of the hangar...
That is a miniature.
It was a miniature.
Yeah, force perspective miniature.
Yeah, it was very good.
It's great.
Again, I think this film's got a lot of that the stunt work is brilliant.
Yeah.
Apart from karate chopping that one man, he's very... it's a low blood count.
Absolutely.
Up till the point where he blows everyone up to fuck.
Oh, yeah. Then after that, you get a summary of a sort of dream-like sequence where a clown is chased from an East Berlin circus.
I think the clown being chased from an East German circus is almost of something... Because East Berlin, proper spies, admittedly being chased by two very weird twins.
Yeah. They look like the son-in-law
Who
from...
do they look like, yes?
I was going to say, they look like... Do you remember the sitcom called Home Sweet Home with William Gaunt?
Yes.
The slimy son-in-law.
The guy who runs the...
retirement home.
Retirement home in Waiting for God.
Exactly.
Waiting for God, yes.
They look like him as twins.
Yes, that is exactly who they are.
Thank you.
Thank God for that. It's been annoying me. That is who they are. They are so weird.
I would like...
And clearly one of them's better at acting than the other.
Definitely.
Because they only let him talk.
Yeah. He's chased and he's caught with a knife because they're knife throwers.
They are knife throwers, yeah. They've got a gimmick.
Yeah.
You've got to have a gimmick in the game.
And he falls into a river and they just wander off and think, that's that then. But no, he makes his way to the ambassador's house.
Which is very easy to get into, apparently.
Very. You just bring a tray of Ferrero Rocher.
Well, no, you don't even know. You can stagger in from the garden, it appears, even though you're bleeding and dressed as a clown.
Well, this is around the time that someone managed to get into Buckingham Palace and sit on the Queen's bed.
That is true.
Security was frowned upon in those days.
Yeah, that is true, yeah.
Be all right.
I can't... can we say that today is any better? No, I don't think it is.
I don't think we
Big
can.
Brother,
Oh, absolutely. They're all watching.
I'd rather have personal freedom. If it means occasionally a dead clown staggers into your room...
I'll take it.
And drops an egg.
I don't want that man sitting on the end of my bed, though, like the Queen had.
No. Anyway,
sorry.
Clown Spy. I've got written down here. Yes, I like the Clown Spy bit.
I do. Especially as he falls down and unfurls his hand and releases the egg.
The mystery.
The mystery
egg.
The MacGuffin, as George Lucas would call it.
Yeah.
Of the entire piece.
Because he's never heard of Fabergé eggs.
He's never heard of Fabergé eggs.
The old MacGuffin. Egg MacGuffin.
Egg MacGuffin.
Egg MacGuffin.
Guy McDonald's hears that and goes, oh,
there we go.
been looking for a name. We've been calling ours Eggy Thing.
Yeah.
So then Bond is brought into M's office.
1980s London.
1980s London. Doesn't it look nice?
Yeah, with that Twix advert on the bus. Is it a Twix advert?
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
So he goes, we get in to see him, and he knows all about the Fabergé egg.
Oh, yeah. This Fabergé egg plot is stupid.
It is, yeah.
Orlov's plan, the Russian we're about to meet, to smuggle lots of jewels out.
It's never
and then replacing them with fakes in the Hermitage or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then selling them openly.
Yes.
In London at Sotheby's.
Doesn't make any sense.
That couldn't work, could it? Because
someone would find
Russians, there were Russians in London.
Yeah.
They'd know.
They would.
And they'd immediately go, oh, that's a fake or not. And everyone would know where it's on. If it's in a catalogue, they keep coming back to it. So.
Unless he was going to put them in Argos. New from Elizabeth Duke.
65946/457. One currently in stock.
Fabergé egg.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect you to give away the plot, but what's it about?
It's about this agent called James Bond, who is licensed to kill. And his code number is 007.
Oh, we know all that.
Well, you see, there is a villain.
We've had Stephen Burkoff being his...
Oh, yeah, we've had the big Russian room, yeah.
Because he says that the West is decadent and ready for invasion.
Yeah. And this is, as a performance, is...
Oh, isn't it?
I think it's just almost unbearable.
It is. It's like he's not listening to any direction and just going in his own thing.
Yeah. It's contempt for the material.
It's just
without actually understanding the material.
Mania.
Stephen Burkoff arrived for his audition in a full samurai suit, looking absolutely extraordinary.
But he's very much like the West is open for invasion because they're decadent.
Yeah.
I think just because they like cakes and Coca-Cola doesn't mean they're not going to be upset if you drive a tank onto their front lawn.
Yeah.
So it's not really a plan, but rightly it gets shouted down.
Yes. And then my favourite bit of that scene is the secretary who answers the phone is the only one speaking Russian.
Yes.
She goes, duh?
They're all like, I don't understand a word she says.
Speaking Russian, this is embarrassing.
I don't know. She's been here for a while.
Should have said yes. We're all speaking English for the benefit of the cameras.
She's such an idiot. So at the auction, Louis Jourdan.
Oh no, he's the most. He's enjoyably.
I also think this film, and we'll get onto it later.
Pepe Le Pew.
He is Pepe Le Pew. Thank you.
He's Pepe Le Pew, played by Melvin Hayes. Yes, essentially.
The egg that, as you quite rightly pointed out, which I hadn't thought about before, should not be on public display. It should be sold on the black market, really.
Yeah. It's a very old plan. So the plan, presumably, at this point, is that Kamal, they're laundering money.
Yeah.
But it's a bit unclear who they are then selling the jewels onto.
Well, because they get them back later.
So who's swapping what? Why? What's the plan now? What's Octopussy doing?
Well, we haven't got to Octopussy.
No, I know. God, fucking hell, she does. It takes hours to get to Octopussy.
Doesn't it?
Oh,
because this is what I'm saying. There's too many people in this.
Yeah, because you got Melvin Hayes,
and
the spam headwood. I honestly, obviously, she's clearly a very beautiful woman, but all I can see is her forehead. All this, but she's just got this big 80s hair that accentuates a very large forehead.
She distracts Bond enough at the auction, though, doesn't she?
Yeah. There's light glinting off it.
He says, "There's quite a few ladies here," and Wilma looks at him like, "For fuck's sake!"
But have you got your cock out?
No.
You've got your cock out under the toast of it. It's a fucking Sotheby's.
I'm swapping an egg. No, you're not. No. Perhaps that's his distraction.
Yeah. No one look at the guy.
Because you would turn away. Oh, God, he's at Sotheby's.
That old man's got his penis out. Oh dear. Let's carry on. 425.
Bond swaps it for the fake, and it annoys Pepe Le Pew.
And he leaves with his egg in a plastic bag, which I enjoyed.
I enjoyed that as well. So Bond's getting his ass to Delhi.
Yeah, and it's definitely Delhi, isn't it? They make the most of it. They fly past the Taj Mahal.
Yep.
They fly past the sign that says Delhi.
Yeah.
They do. No, it's all local colour.
There is a cameo scene in here where Gandhi pops his head out the window, and like in Batman, where James Bond's walking up the wall.
I think the VJ playing the James Bond theme on his flute is no cilia.
Apparently, Broccoli liked VJ.
Someone must have done.
Was it VJ Armitage?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He saw him at Wimbledon. He was a proper tennis player.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, people
my
forget
father
this.
recognised him in 1983. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, VJ is honestly, it's a performance that would shame a sports relief sketch. It's just...
I mean, Beckham in Only Fools and Horses is better than this.
Yeah.
But it feels like
terrible.
he's just in this so they can do tennis jokes.
Well, my backhand's improved.
Pepe Le Pew every night plays backgammon at Bond's hotel.
Yeah, this is
So
lucky.
there's a good chance to meet him there.
Yeah. And then he checks into the hotel. He spends a lot of time at this point just sitting down in his room getting there's my stuff and oh, there's a phone. Ah, a boat of ladies.
He does see a boat. He sees Spam.
Spamhead arrives
turns
on the
up
boat of ladies.
with a flag with Octopussy's logo on it.
Yeah.
So he heads down to the games room where Pepe Le Pew
Yeah.
is playing this major.
Oh, the Major is the most tragic figure in Bond
Isn't he?
history.
He's a kind of repeat of the scene from Goldfinger where Goldfinger's cheating at cards
Yeah.
because he's got the advantage that the other guy's an idiot and doesn't realise.
Yes.
But in this case, Pepe Le Pew's got magic dice.
Yeah, it's a bit unclear how they work.
No.
Does he keep putting them back up his sleeve every time he
I think so.
rolls?
It's a very rewarding sound of the dice in the little plastic pot.
Yeah.
And then Bond says, I'll play you.
If they were playing Ludo with one of those
Wouldn't it?
plastic globes in the middle.
Yes, wouldn't that be amazing?
You need a 6, Kamal, to get your last blue home. £20,000.
Says, in that case, I'll use player privilege.
Oh, right at the end, yeah, after he's got his egg out on the table.
Oh, yes, because he says, I'll bet you this.
It's a classic Bond scene of just setting out your stall, of giving up being a spy and just saying, I'm here to threaten you.
Showing someone your egg.
Though, Kamal turns out to be the only person who doesn't know who Bond is.
That's right.
Which is very bad form for an international...
Absolutely.
Whatever he is.
Too busy chasing the ladies.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, Mosharin.
Is he chasing ladies, though? Do we think Kamal? I think Kamal.
Do you think him and Gobinder are a couple?
Be lovely, I think.
I think they are. Because Frankie Howard was in a relationship with his driver.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think it's a similar
yeah.
thing here with Gobinder.
Well, that would make, later on when he sends him to his death.
He does. And also, you see them packing their suitcases together at the end.
Yeah.
Like a little his and hers thing.
Oh, and they wear the same outfits a lot of the time.
Dude, this is making perfect sense.
Oh.
They must have got an elephant each.
That's true.
Double garage.
Oh. But yes, he gets the money and then he hands some of it to the head of Section I.
The Section I head.
Like, it's
who he
effectively...
treats like a valet.
Yeah, he says, that'll keep you in curry for a while.
And he should say, right, well, I'm reporting you for racism.
Just fuck off. Oh.
You fucking...
I'll take your money, but fuck off.
Yeah, honestly.
I've had enough of your shit.
You've been here 10 minutes and you've racially abused me 4 times.
Yeah.
But this is where they have the tuk-tuk chase. Gobinder and his blunderbuss.
With the most ridiculous weapon ever used. It's an amazing blunderbuss. I
Isn't
love it.
But this is the point where they've gone, well, what's India famous for?
Let's put them all in one scene.
Better nails,
Better nails.
a fire juggler,
Yeah.
who's played by Mark Heap.
Did they fly him out, or is that filmed
That was
in
filmed at
studio?
Pinewood.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah, that was the Bond stage. But he was a street entertainer at the time.
Yes, yeah.
I freaked out when I realised that was him. You get a man who always makes me laugh because it's so shit. He's lying on a bed of nails and he gets up to see what's happening. And then that guy's thrown on there to die and he shouts to the dead body, hey, get off of my bed.
Yeah. It's just it is such a carry-on film joke.
Yeah.
It becomes such a... this film has a lot of carry-on up the Khyber in its
Yeah.
DNA.
This film needed Peter Butterworth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's... Bernard Bresslaw has bunged it in. It's clearly the villain.
Would he have been a better Gobinder?
No, I think Gobinder's amazing.
Gobinder's
isn't
the
it?
best thing in
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
isn't it? By
by far. He's a proper actor.
Yes. And those eyes, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So Bond goes back to Station I, where
Yeah.
Q is.
Yeah.
Q is showing off all his gadgets.
Yeah, and his massive fingers under a magnifying
Oh,
glass.
they're
I thought
horrible.
of you when that came
I'm
up.
sure you did.
It was, cut your nails, you
that's-
dirty man.
It looks so fucking awful. They're yellow.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Desmond, if you're listening. And then, he reveals the gadgets which are very applicable to everything he does the rest of the film. You've got the pen,
Yes.
that shoots
the
acid, as you
pen.
said, the
Yeah,
poison
yeah,
pen nectar,
yeah.
which has also got
It
a...
doesn't shoot at it, dribbles it.
That's
It
right.
dribbles acid out of it.
Yeah.
If you really turn it quite hard.
It happens at that age, though, doesn't it? You can't...
Well, you don't want it accidentally going off, do you?
No, you don't.
No.
It's also got a transmitter, as Q calls it.
You can follow vaguely where the egg is.
Vaguely. I would not... This is the
Directional thing.
There's a few
There's no
moments...
height. It's like Alien. You know?
Yeah.
They're above us.
How do you know?
Yeah. It's not good.
No. Technology?
You're going to talk about the boob zoom, aren't you? The boob
Yeah,
zoom.
the boob zoom.
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, it's just silly.
It's just very silly.
She's complicit.
She is. She liked it.
She's seeing it. She's watching it on the screen.
She's smiling.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
It's not sexy or suave.
No.
It's dirty in a sort
It's
of...
horrible.
Yeah. I mean, what I'd really like is that scene in a Daniel Craig film. Just to see him do it. Just to see how he'd go.
They'd have to flip it so it would be a zoom in of his testicles.
Hello, James.
She's not in it anymore.
Oh, no, that's true. They
Ray
killed all the
Fiennes.
women, don't they?
I'd like Ray Fiennes to do that. Like, oh, hello, James.
Look at the bones. But now it's one night with Spanhead, isn't he? He goes back to the hotel and
He goes back to his hotel.
and is seduced by yeah.
And they have a sort of post-love scene where their clothes are on the floor in such a way that it doesn't look like they've taken them off. It looks like they've exploded.
Yeah.
It's like strewn across the room with items of clothing. And he's in bed with her. And
Very demurely. What I enjoyed is that it's two clearly people who don't really get on very well.
No. And also, he's got the covers kind of pulled up over his tits as well.
Yeah, yes.
But then you have the moment where she leaves him
Yeah, yeah. It's
Where she kind of
stylish.
unfurls
Yeah,
down to the
it's
ground.
Nice. Yeah.
for a waiting Gobinda.
Yeah.
But Bond's happy because the Fabergé egg has got a
Tiny tracker in it.
transmitter.
Yeah. Also, he doesn't react
No.
very much to a woman falling out of his window.
No, he doesn't. I think it happens all the time.
No sort of, fucking hell.
Are you all right? Oh.
Fuck. Do you know what? I've watched this film twice in the last couple of days, and I've missed both times that Gobinda knocks him out and takes him to the Monsoon Palace.
Yeah.
I've been trying to work out how he got there. And
Yeah, he gets knocked out. This is where Pepe Le Pew goes to visit Octopussy.
on Nookie Island.
On
or
Nookie
whatever they're calling it. It's just so Carry On Bod, this sort of... We're a cult. What are we? We're a cult. We're an army. We're a sort of business empire. It's very
We're
strange.
we're proper ladies.
Yeah, we're all sitting
ladies
around
who
by
want to
the
live
pool.
with ladies.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong
sitting
with
by
that.
the pool.
But he goes to see Octopussy and says, "I've got Bond," and she says, "Bring him to me."
Yeah, we don't see her yet, do we? We don't see her.
No, don't see her.
her odd accent. Just hear the odd accent.
She's Swedish.
She is Swedish, yeah.
I'm Octopussy.
She's been in 3 Bond films.
3?
Yeah, she was in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yes.
She's in this, and she has a walk-on part as an extra in View to a Kill.
Does she?
She happened to be in San Francisco when they were filming, so they thought it would be fun if she just walked past in the background.
Oh.
Bond, it wakes up in the palace.
Yeah, now we're at the palace.
Yeah,
yes.
and he's brought down to dinner and given stuffed sheep's head.
Well, before that, it's clearly the morning when
yes.
he wakes up.
Yeah.
And then they lock him in his room and tell him dinner's at 8 o'clock. What does he do all day?
What does he
he's
do?
He's not brought a book.
No,
He's wanking.
he's definitely wanking. Obviously. What would you do in 1983 if you couldn't go anywhere or do anything?
Maybe he's got one of those watches that plays Pong
Oh, God, yeah, I used to
or
have
a
one
Star
of those.
Trek watch. Yeah.
But yeah, so he does go to dinner eventually and he's given stuffed sheep's head.
Yes.
So we get more kind of, with Indiana Jones the year after this as well, we've got that more fear of foreign food thing going on.
Yeah.
Everything has to be monkey brains.
I mean, it's an odd menu.
Tortoise soup.
Souffle followed by a sheep's head.
Sheep's head. Bond is sent back to his room after dinner, but he uses the pen
His dribbly pen.
to melt the bars
Yeah,
and get out.
Goes for a little...
So what do you do in that situation? Do you go and get help? Do you sneak into Kamal's room at night and batter him to death with a lampshade? Or do you go and look at Spam Head getting changed?
You go and have a look. Crafty peek in the next door room, see what's going on.
But then Burkhoff turns up.
Yeah, and then so his ladder tips backwards like in Animal House. Yeah, the Russians arrive.
Yeah.
And this is where all the plot about the fifth bit of the plot arrives.
Absolutely. It's just, at this point, you're just like, what the fuck's going on? So they bring all this jewellery, don't they?
Oh, I don't.
And they've got the real egg, and Orlov smashes it up because he thinks it's the fake one. Is that right?
I don't understand.
No, I don't. But what is important is that Bond sneaks into a room full of dead bodies.
Yeah, the
and
dead
hides
Paul.
in a bag.
It took me a while to work out who those guys were. They're the guys who carry the jewels in.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I didn't realise
So
that.
Gobinda gives them a sort of one of his stairs and follows them in, and then
yeah.
obviously
Because at
Asking
no
them not-
point must they say how confusing everything is and nothing makes sense.
You know that helicopter that everyone saw arriving?
Yeah.
We brought a locked case out of that.
Oh, and-
you must never tell anyone that. Just the locked case bit? Yes. Everyone knows the Russians arrived. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we brought that jewellery we bought from Sotheby's as well.
Yeah. It was in a Sotheby's carrier bag.
Yeah.
But it allows Bond to put into place his amazing scheme for escaping,
Which is
to pretend to be a dead body.
who wakes up and goes, ooh.
But then to be moved. But he escapes 10 feet from the door.
Yeah. You
The
should have just
the
waited.
people hunting him are further away.
Yes.
Why are they dumping dead bodies just 10 feet from the front door? Why are
don't
they
know.
putting them on a jeep, driving them 10 feet?
It's the Idi Amin method.
It's a very odd...
He used to dump corpses on golf courses.
Yeah, they're next to a river. They could just dump them in the river.
It's crocodiles, surely.
Yeah.
When we see them later, there are crocodiles.
yeah.
Put them in the water.
Yeah. We're in India. Though Melvin Hayes is dressed as Melvin Hayes for
He
this
is.
bit. It made me laugh a lot when I first saw it.
He certainly is. He's got the little pith helmet.
Gunner on, isn't he?
Yeah. You're not a pith helmet, the hat.
The slouch hat.
The slouch hat and the safari suit.
Yeah, it's a lovely look for him.
And Bond races through the jungle. First, he runs through a candy floss cobweb.
Yeah.
Then he gets to do his Barbara Woodhouse,
It is a Barbara Woodhouse
which
impression, isn't it?
you know
Yeah.
no one knows what that means anymore.
That has not stood the test of time.
Sit right up to the shoulder. Sit. You don't say tur, you say t.
And the tiger they found in a party.
Yeah.
They were at the Maharaja's for a party, and in his hallway there was a stuffed tiger. They
Oh,
said-
is that the one that comes out
Yeah,
at him?
it's literally in a wheelbarrow. John Glenn, the director, not the astronaut, says it looks great because it's so quick. And you watch it and you go,
No, it doesn't.
look
It's not
great at all."
quick enough. No.
And then to top it off, the Tarzan. I need to get out of this jungle without anyone finding me. But yes, he manages to knock Gobinder off of his elephant.
Yes.
By undoing it underneath.
Yeah.
And then getting into a river and being saved by some tourists. But then we cut to Octopussy's palace at night.
Oh, yeah, taking the crocodile sub.
Bond goes in the crocodile sub, which again is in the James Bond in Motion exhibition.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he gets inside
Is it like a big triangular submarine?
Well, it's
Is
like
he lying down? No, he's not.
He's not. He's standing up with his head poking out of it.
But
as
it
well.
gets him to in place to see some distant nudity.
Oh.
We see Maud Adams, presumably body double, getting out of the pool.
Yeah, and then he follows her into her room.
And we see Octopussy.
Octopussy.
And this is... Again, when I would watch this at 9, I thought Maud Adams was ancient. She's only 38.
Really?
I think at this point. Almost age appropriate.
Almost. He meets Octopussy, and it turns out that she likes him a lot. Because her dad was a disgraced spy. And Bond went to see him and gave him a good end.
Allowed him the option of suicide, which
That's
is...
right.
Because
he murdered someone, hadn't he?
He shot his native guide.
That's right, and
the
stole
head.
money or something.
Yeah, as we're told in one just dump of information.
Yeah. So it turns out she likes Bond a lot,
Yeah.
and that her dad used to call her My Little Octopussy.
Yes.
And she said he was the leading authority on octopi. And there's a picture of him holding one, like it's his friend.
Oh, it's a lovely photo. But also, what's her real name?
We don't know.
At any point, someone might have said, "But what should I call you? Because I'm not calling you
I'm
that."
definitely not calling you Octopussy. Especially when Pepe Le Pew says it. Octopussy, Octopussy.
But yes, he turns up now.
I love this bit because he comes in to go, James Bond's escaped. She's like, yeah, no, he's there. And Bond's like, all right.
And
Yeah.
Pepe is much suaver than James Bond at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
He goes, "Oh, okay."
So she says, we basically find out she's got a circus that's going to East Berlin.
But there we see her guards with the red cat suits.
Yeah.
There's some sort of system where some of them
There
are in
is.
bikinis and harem pants.
Yeah.
And some of them are in red cat
They
suits.
look like they've stepped out of Flash Gordon.
She tells him about her business plans, doesn't
That's
she?
right.
She, introduces her business plans like she's on The Apprentice.
That's right.
I aim to open a series of, I've diversified into shippings, hotels, carnivals and circuses.
It's a business plan.
Yeah.
What do you think Claude would make of that?
Yeah.
I've read your business plan. It's fucking terrible.
Circuses, carnivals, that's one thing. Shipping hotels, that's another thing.
It's just so confused.
What are people getting a ship to your hotel to watch a circus?
And that northern bloke would be like, I looked through your plan. You said you haven't got any circuses. There's one in East Berlin. I've been to it. But they kill VJ.
They do, yeah.
Because VJ's at the banks of the river watching.
Yeah.
And the yo-yo, they hold him and the yo-yo comes down. No more VJ.
It's sad.
What do we think about Yo-Yo Man?
It's terrible.
He is terrible.
Is it because in the 80s... I vaguely think that in 1983 there was a yo-yo craze.
There was a
wasn't
massive yo-yo craze.
They are... The Indian assassins in this film are probably unrealistically attached to ancient weapons.
Yeah. So after a big fight, Bond jumps out of the window with a man.
Yes.
And we're supposed to think that they've both been eaten by a crocodile, ?
Yeah. And then is that crocodile his boat?
It looks like it.
So
So what happens to the other fella?
Yeah.
God,
Again,
there's so much to go over
there are
this
some...
film.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. Let's rush on.
But they're going to... He says, I know where the circus is going. They're going to East Berlin.
And it almost becomes a proper spy film.
Yes. But at the circus, everybody's excited because there's going to be a clown.
Yeah.
And the knife throwers.
Mishka and Grishka.
Mishka and Grishka. The sexy clowns.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, under the cannon, as we saw Bond spying earlier,
Yeah.
they think there's jewels under there. Or
Yeah.
Octopussy does.
There's the old lengthy switcheroo.
That's right. They
Isn't
switched the route and put a nuclear warhead in there.
Now, I was watching this... I've only watched this a couple of times, and I still don't understand why that switcheroo takes so long.
No.
Weird, lengthy bit of the... It takes
It
ages.
goes on for fucking ages as well. But the long and short of it is,
Yeah.
Bond defuses the bomb. Oh no, he has to...
There's a whole fight and
The whole
a chase
fight.
and a...
He fights the knife throwers, kills one of them.
Or does he? He just bonks him on the head, doesn't he, with a cannon?
Yeah, but he says to the other one, this is for 009.
Yeah.
Stabs him.
Unclear whether he... Because only one of them hit 009.
That's right.
Did he even kill the right twin?
No, absolutely
You
not.
don't know.
No.
And also, he took that guy's clothes and then put him in the cannon with his shoes on.
That's right.
So there's a man just in his pants
Yeah.
and shoes in a cannon.
A cannon.
Somewhere in
I
East
assume
Germany.
he's dead, though, because the cannon hits him quite hard on the head.
Yes, I suppose so. But
But then he has to hitchhike hilariously to the base, and a car even stops him, then he drives off hilariously, and he has to kind of chase after them, shaking his fist. You bloody kids.
yeah.
But he gets to the base, and because there's no time to spare, because the bomb's about to go off.
Because of Orlov's amazing plan
Orlov's amazing
to
plan.
start a nuclear war. No, to start nuclear de-armament.
Yeah.
By letting off a bomb.
Yeah, making it look like an accident.
Yes. Yeah. NATO will reply against whom?
Good.
Fucking yeah, he's really getting his
But
money.
there's no time to spare because the bomb's about to go off.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he gets in a caravan, dresses up as a clown in full makeup.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming would take about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
But he comes lumbering into the circus and says, General, for God's sake, there's a bomb in there.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's also going on behind this is a sort of before this is sort of General Orlov's Clockwise, where he's chasing, he's trying to get to the station, but everyone's stopping him, and there's a car landing in the water and
with the
sinking
jewels
fishing-
in it.
A funny fishing boat thing with fishermen shaking their fists.
Yeah.
It's a very odd film at this point where Orlov appears to have just gone off on his own.
Yeah.
Film being chased by.
Well, this is what I mean. It's like 3 films in
And then
one.
there's
here.
then there's the bomb, which has been set at 3:45, not on 24-hour clock like you would think.
You would think.
So it's actually going to go at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a very odd. It's confusing.
But our friend Gogol, who's our Russian friend from many Bond films,
Yes.
finds out that Orlov is behind all this.
Oh yeah, no, because they looked it up in the. I wonder what's selling at Sotheby's this week. Oh, it's all our shit.
Everything we own.
It's
So
all of our
Orlov is
shit.
killed.
Yeah.
And then he stands over his body and says, "You're just a common thief." And Orlov says, "Tomorrow, a hero."
Soviet Union.
But Bond stops it.
Yeah, so he isn't.
And then Octopussy and Spamhead find out that Pepe Le Pew has double-crossed them because they were going to be killed
I know.
in a
outrageous.
nuclear blast.
Yeah.
So they all race to...
So they're innocent. That's the whole point of this
That's the
now.
whole
Yeah.
point.
So now the MI5 or 6.
MI6.
Just recruit them.
Yep.
Say, oh yeah, we'll help them.
Bond and Q turn up at the palace in a Union Jack hot air balloon.
This is Carry On
Yes,
film.
it
this
is.
This is
Absolutely.
the end of a Carry On film, isn't it? It's
Because you even get that joke. You know how this thing? And he goes, it runs on hot air. Oh, then you do.
yeah. But also these. I mean, I don't want to denigrate the acrobatic skill of these women.
Oh, no.
But there aren't enough stunt women involved in this.
Absolutely not. There's about 3 of them.
And these guards they're just sort of gently nudged
Yeah.
by people's hips, and
Yeah.
then they fall over.
Yeah.
It's not tense.
No.
It's not sexy in any way.
No.
It's filmed very weirdly and distantly.
Yes.
So there's no geography of it. It's a terrible scene.
But I loved it as a kid where Bond gets to do that thing every kid wants to do, is slide down the
Oh, the
banister.
banister and shoot off.
Shoot off the thing to stop his balls getting done.
Yeah.
this point, Govinda, Pepe Le Pew, and Octopussy, who's confronted him about everything, and he said, Octopussy, Octopussy. Yeah. But he takes her off in his private plane.
But via horse.
Via horse.
Horseback.
Have they
just to
run
get
out
that
of jeeps?
finally.
Yeah.
Just to go like, what else do they have in India? Horses.
Horses. But so they go on the plane, and Bond turns up on a horse as well.
I mean, the horse chase is great.
Yeah, it is.
This next bit is amazing.
Stunt is amazing.
Yeah.
He jumps on the side of the plane takes off, and he's on top of the plane.
Yeah.
And then Pepe Le Pew says to Govinda, go and get him. He'd be like, well, can't we just like do a loop or something?
Yeah. Well, he does that.
Oh, yes.
And then he's gremling it out the window, putting stuff off the wings,
right.
isn't it? So he goes and gets it.
But I like this because it's got the most satisfying twang in film history.
Yeah.
He twangs Govinda in the face with an aerial. So Pepe Le Pew's killed. Au revoir, pigeon. But the next time we see Bond, he's on a boat, all covered in plaster, much like in the Carry On film.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's a shame you can't do anything. And he just pulls himself out of all the straps.
With my penis in plaster.
But then you hear, they're on the in-out rowing boat with all the Arthur Jarrett ladies.
Yeah.
And you then hear her go, oh, James. And then she goes,
James.
I want to know what happened.
There's two of them.
I think he's got two penises.
That's, he put the egg up there.
Oh, yeah, he laid it. Oh.